Hello everybody, it is Coach Gina here and I am super excited to be here with you today. I am going to be taking you through a kettlebell workout, but as you can see, I actually have a kettlebell and a dumbbell here next to me, and I'm going to be showing both options. So if you don't have a kettlebell, you don't get out of the workout. You can use a dumbbell for the whole thing. All right, so what I would like to do is get us started with our warm-up. Once I get you warmed up, we're gonna go through the moves. I'll explain everything to you, and then we are going to do it. All right, so what I would like to do is I would like you to go ahead, grab your dumbbell or your kettlebell. I'd like you to take it so that it is just at the clavicle line, and then take your feet just outside the hip, turn the toes slightly outward, chest is up, core is tight, and we're gonna drop into a squat in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's do this, teachers. We are off and running. Hope everyone is having a terrific day out there. I don't know where you live, but it's getting super chilly here, which I'm not so much enjoying, but I hope that you guys are staying warm as you're squatting, pushing heels into the ground, dropping the butt just at or above the knee line. We're gonna hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so let's practice some kettlebell swings. You're gonna take your feet outside your hip. Shoulders are gonna drop into the back pocket. You're gonna bend your knees, hiking the kettlebell behind you, push the hips forward, and I want you to stop at the shoulders with your swing. So push, and as you may or may not be able to see, I am squeezing my butt towards the top of your swing. Now, push into those heels. You have to brace the core in order to keep the back safe and of course to keep the core working. 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go ahead and place your kettlebell or your weight on the floor. We're gonna do a walk out push-up. So you're gonna start with your feet just outside the hip. We're gonna load with a squat. Nice squat here, walking it out, and then drop into a push-up, and then bending your knees to walk that all the way back in. Core is gonna stay tight, drop back into that squat. Walk it out, option on the knee, and then walk it back in. Let's do a couple more of those. Good. Last one. I'd like you to hold your position on the ground, but flip it on over. Go ahead, drop onto your back, feet are on the floor, core is tight, palms are up, and we're gonna do glute bridges, continuing to warm up posterior chain here. Good, as you push your hips up, you wanna think about driving chest towards chin, squeezing the glutes at the top, making sure we are activating the posterior chain. 5, 4, 3, 2, good. We're not quite done. What I would like you to do is stand it on up. We're going to warm up with a few lunges. So what I'd like for you to do, step back, bend the back knee, step together. Step back, bend the back knee, and together. Good, nice tight brace of the core. Shoulders are down, chest is up and lifted, belly button in, and you're breathing. Team, when I count you down, we're gonna do some shoulder rolls. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. All right, shoulder rolls here. Go ahead. Big roll, nice, and then interlock, push, reach to the top, reach, 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 open, reverse. And that is your warm-up for today's workout. Take a deep breath, catch your breath, grab a sip of water, and let's talk about what your workout looks like today. We actually have 6 AMRAPs. The good news for you is that they're repeating AMRAP, so you don't have a ton of stuff to remember. All right, so your first AMRAP block, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, which all of them to follow will also be. So we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to complete as many rounds as possible of 8 kettlebell swings and 8 goblet squats. So I had you do both of these moves in the warm-up. So let's look at them again. Your kettlebell swing, you want to step your feet just outside your hip, drop your shoulders into your back pockets, and then you want to drive that kettlebell behind you, bracing your core hard, and then as you stand up, violently squeeze your glutes together and back down. So there will be 8 kettlebell swings. If you do not have a kettlebell, you're gonna hold the dumbbell like I am here, and you are going to do the exact same exercise with a weight. I actually might opt to stick with my dumbbell because it's a little heavier than my kettlebell. All right, that being said, goblet squat. So I actually had you do a variation of a goblet squat. We're actually gonna hold the weight right here between our legs, and the goblet squat is down and up, down and up. So you want to keep a long straight spine, pushing the knees out, pushing the heels into the ground. There are 8 of those. After we have completed our 2 minutes and 30 seconds of those 2 exercises, we will rest for 30 seconds, and then we go into round 2, which you don't need any weight for. They're 2 body weight movements. First one, 8 squats. When you finish your 8 squats, you will do 8 push-ups. Hands outside the chest, walking out, down and up. Option, dropping to the knees. When you finish that round, we will rest, and then we repeat for a total of 3 rounds each. 6 rounds altogether. All right, so recap. 2 minute, 30-second blocks, right? In your blocks, first block, 8 kettlebell swings, 8 goblet squats, rest, 8 squats, 8 push-ups. We do that for a grand total of 6 rounds. Cool, your goal is to get as many rounds as you can in each one of those blocks of work as we are moving along. All right, team, that's everything you need to know about your workout. Go grab a quick sip of water, come back here, meet me to crush this workout and finish for today. All right, team, see you in just a few. Hey gang, welcome back to your kettlebell workout for today. We have our AMRAP, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We are starting with 8 kettlebell swings, followed by 8 goblet squats. Ready, and here we go. 8 kettlebell swings to start us out. Brace that core, push the heels into the ground, and squeeze the butt. When you get your 8, remember we have 2 variations of that goblet squat. First one is to hold it at the clavicle and hit it right here. When you get 8, either continue moving through the exercises. If you're good at keeping track of where you are, mark down your rounds if you need to. Remember, option with the dumbbell becomes a dumbbell swing. Form does not change. We still want to push the hips back, brace the core, bringing weight just about to shoulder height. And then our second variation of a goblet squat is, as I showed you, with the goblet squat, low. Now, this would be where you'd want to mark down your rounds, take a quick deep breath, and then right back in. right back into 8 kettlebell swings, followed by those 8 goblet squats. If you're holding the dumbbell, this variation, you want to grab it right under the top weight. Less than 30 seconds to go. Remember, when you hit your 8th one, mark down your rounds so you know where you are. Brace your core hard. All right, rest. Mark down your rounds so you don't forget. If you weren't already doing it, make sure you make a note now. Round 2, 8 squats, 8 push-ups. Breathe, grab a sip of water. We have 10 seconds left in this rest period. Feet outside the hip, toes out slightly. Brace your core. 3, 2, 8 squats. Now, we do want to try to get down low into that squat, about even with the knee line, pushing out of the heel. As you sink into that squat, make sure as you stand, you are squeezing the glutes and keeping that core super tight. As you finish your 8 squats, you're gonna transition into your 8 push-ups. Hands just outside the chest, brace that core hard. It's a full body movement. Drop into the push-up and then back out. Option on the knees. As soon as you complete your push-up, if you're good at keeping track of your rounds in your mind, awesome. But if you're someone who needs to write it down, make a quick hashtag and then right back up into our 8 squats. Feet outside the hip, core super tight. Listen, something to be reminded of when I talk about your core being tight, you don't want to hold your breath, okay? So tighten the core, but let that breath flow through you. Good. Chest up, squeeze your butt. And when you get your 8, you're back down in for your 8 push-ups. Listen, the purpose of a push-up is to get deep so we work our pectoral muscles. That means if you're doing a push-up here, you're not getting as much out of it as you would here, okay? So take the option that pushes you to your goal and works you the hardest. Here's that option. And then right back into the squats once you mark down what round you're on. If you're mentally keeping track, I would suggest at the end of the AMRAP to write it down because we have plenty more to go. You guys, 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. All right, we finished both rounds. Now you know exactly what to expect out of each round. So we go back, kettlebell swing, goblet squat. Feet are gonna be outside the hip, core tight. We are breathing, making sure we're taking care. 4, 3, 2, 8, kettlebell swings. Grabbing that kettlebell by the horn, and then you're pushing into the heel, and you're stopping right at shoulder height. Once you get your 8, bring it up to the clavicle, elbows tuck in slightly, toes stay out. We drop in for that goblet squat. Just like the squat in the last round, goal is to get butt down right about to knee level Once you hit your 8, mark down your rounds, and then right back in. Think about hiking a ball, right? You want to take that kettlebell through, nice tight brace of the core, drive it up, big, big glute squeeze. Once you hit your 8, into that goblet squat. Again, the variation would be to hold it low. That's absolutely fine. Don't forget to write down your rounds. If you're using the dumbbell, nothing really changes. Once again, think about shifting your hips forward by keeping that core tight. Bringing weight just in front of you. When you hit your 8, back into that goblet. Feet just outside the hip, chest up, drop it in. Make sure you're writing down your rounds, guys. About 10 seconds to go. All right, rest it out. If you were not writing out your rounds during your AMRAP, jot it down now so you remember where you were, right? Catch your breath. Look, second round of our 8 squats, 8 push-ups. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Can you beat last round? Ready? 4, 3, 2, go. Good, nice tight brace to that core, team. Push into your heels. When you hit your 8, boom, down for push-ups. Option, drop to a knee. Now, once again, quick reminder, if you're writing down, do it quickly so you don't lose too much time on the AMRAP, and then right back up for that squat, 8 of them. Option on the knee. Write down your rounds. You can do whatever you want. Woo, with your arms. Sometimes I don't know what to do with my arms. You have about 45 seconds left. So again, if dropping to your knees gives you full depth over being on the toes, here, take the knee option. But if you want a little piece of advice, if you are between knees and toes, try this. Take your knees off the mat, widen your feet a little, and try to do a couple push-ups with a wider base. You might find you can crank some out. That's gonna be your in-between time. Ready, set, rest. Team, how we doing? One more round of each left. Kettlebell swing, goblet squat. Still got a lot of time here to recover. I want you to take that time. Take that time to recover, breathe. So, make a goal. Our last rounds are upon us. What do you want to do, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Do a goblet squat for 8. Brace your core. Push your knees out slightly. And then, if you're writing down your rounds, go ahead and write them down. Don't waste too much time. Jump right back in. Goblet squat. This is the preferred method, but if you need an option, you can always hold it here as well. Team, less than a minute to go. Less than a minute. Stay with it. Watch the back on these swings by bracing the core tight. Woo! Rest it out. You guys, this is it. This is it. Our last one. Yeah? You got this? You made it this far. No one gets this far to quit. Yes, I can. Yes, I will, because I'm strong. We are teacher fit. We got this, right? Right. All right, 5, 4, 8 squats, 8 push-ups. 2, 1, go. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to get as many rounds as you can. Let's go, teacher fit. If you're writing them down, jot that little mark down, hop right back up, back into squats. Good, so you saw me, I took the whole last set on my knees because I wanted that depth. If you feel like you can get that depth on your toes for all 8, hit it, or walk those feet out a little wider and get that there. And if you're still not getting the depth, that's when you drop in onto your knees. Look, people think that you're not getting the work if you drop to your knees. I'm here to tell you right now, you're getting the work. So I'd rather you get that depth, work those pecs, and drop to your knees, then give me one of those half top push-ups, okay? I want you to dig in and work that muscle. So we are in our last round. Unless you have an injury, let's really try to dig into that squat. So if you're just about here, that's great. Try to get a little inch down further, push through the heels, stand. But if you're injured, you go where you know you can go. Stay in there, guys. Come on, push. Yes, you can. Yes, you will. Yes, you're strong. Come on, come on, come on. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2. That is time. Whoo! That was great, you guys. Give it a quick walk around. Grab a sip of water. We're going to go onto the floor to stretch. So, sip your water, and when you're ready, meet me on the ground. Butt onto the heels. Walking fingertips out, reach, reach, reach. Good, guys. Child's pose here. And then come on up. I'd like you to open up the chest, roll. Go ahead, interlock, push forward, reach all the way to the top, and then open. And I just want you to reverse that roll. Good, still breathing. Good, then come on up. Let's take a second, stretch out the legs. Sure did use them a lot today. Grab so that knees are next to one another. And then drop that foot and lift the opposite foot. Remember, keep those knees next to each other. Get a nice quad stretch. Awesome job today, you guys. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you had an amazing workout. I'll see you next time. Keep being awesome. Take care.